Mika Brzezinski is melting down because when Joe Biden falls down or trips, it's the fault of his staff. That's right. The White House staff apparently is not doing their job protecting him. Mika Brzezinski said all of that on the show the other day. You might remember her. She is the left-wing co-host of MSNBC's Morning Joe. And apparently, according to her, Biden can do no wrong. Mika ripped into the White House staff for not protecting the president enough in public appearances. Let me show you this deranged rant of hers.
I'm just saying, if you are managing a president's schedule and you are managing a president getting on stage and getting off stage and getting on planes and getting off planes, and yes, he's 80. You need to be there for him and you need to make a pathway, and you sure as hell better make sure he doesn't fall on a sandbag. And I blame the staff for that. I mean, these are the things that are going to hurt him. These are things that are going to be played on a loop. Okay? Let him do his job. Let him do his speeches. Let him work on policy. Let him do his connections in Congress, unlike any president that we've seen. So do a better job, because you can't have these video images of the president tripping or the president going the wrong way. It's not going to work in this presidency because his age is going to be a factor. His age is going to be a factor, and it's your job to make sure he gets from one place to another. He can handle the presidency. You have to handle his schedule and where he goes.
Okay, so let's review what she said. This is what she actually said. I think his staff needs to own his age. It's apparently their age too. I'm going to be honest, I don't think they do a good job helping out the president. I'm just saying, if you're managing a president's schedule and a president getting on stage and off stage, and yes, he's 80, you need to be there for him and you need to make a pathway, and you sure as hell better make sure he doesn't fall on a sandbag, and I blame the staff for that. Of course, the sandbag reference that she's talking about is when President Biden fell off stage at an Air Force Academy event. But you heard her. I mean, she goes on. Let him do his job. You can't have these video images of the president tripping or the president going the wrong way. It's not going to work in this presidency because his age is going to be a factor. It makes me mad. Well, what are they supposed to do? The guy's 80. That's not going to be an issue if he was 60. You got an 80-year-old president. He can't get through a sentence. He can't find his way off stage. They have little arrows on the floor, by the way. There's only so much they can do. We've all seen the videos of him getting held and pushed in the right direction. How much further do you want them to go? He does one thing a week. Talk about protecting his schedule, Mika. The guy barely does anything. He gets one briefing a day, and that's it. He's got nothing on his public schedule. And he basically lives in Delaware and isn't seen most weekends. What do you think? This is basically like Weekend at Bernie's. They're doing their job. They're doing everything they can. There's only so much they can do. Staff doesn't force these awkward interactions. He barely has any of them. The basic mangling of words and phrases, that's on him, not them. The awkward looking around at where to go, how to get off stage, the falling. What did you want them to do? That's not on them anymore. By the way, I hate to tell you, but you were effective, Mika, because the White House clearly got your message. You know the iconic stairs that lead up to Air Force One? And you've seen them before, the ones that President Biden has fallen up and fallen down. Well, he's not going to use those anymore. Check this out. You see, the big stairs are the ones that most presidents climb. There's 26 stairs from the ground to the Air Force One. But to prevent gaffes and falls, the White House staff, who knows, maybe this was all maybe because of Mika, has him using the smaller staircase to get onto the plane because it only has 14 stairs. See? 12 less, Mika. 12 less opportunities to fall or to create a gaffe. I'm sure it's just a matter of time when getting up those stairs might be too much. Mika will then say, probably don't let him out in public at all. Don't leave the White House. You know, there's only so much that you can do to a guy who's barely seen in public, to someone who has barely anything on their schedule. So, sorry, Mika, it's not the staff. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.